Hey guys, this is Jonathan Gardner covering a recap of the last hour of what I just did. So we just launched our chainsaw research rocket, and I was trying to go with the main belt design. Let me just get up here in the tower so you can see what I'm doing. Kind of understand how it all works and what's going on. Chainsaw is very important, by the way, to get fuel, and I did just run out of fuel. So I need to be serious about making lots and lots of fuel. Okay, it's kind of hard to see here, but follow along with me. So you can see the concrete is coming from far away, and it's coming up here. It's elevated at this point, and then we're loading it into this chest right there. The iron plates are going to that chest. The iron plates I had go back behind the factory, which I'm not entirely proud about. Okay, wasn't too proud about going behind because I know that limits expanding more in the future. So if one of the philosophies of belt building, of base building with the main bus, is you only build on one side of the main bus and everything goes on the main bus and it comes off again or goes the direction towards the main bus. So you can see here the smelter is taking 2 full belts of iron ore, and then each smelter can handle 30 per minute, and so they produce 30 per minute. They join it together, they come out here. One goes to, that's the iron rod down there, and that's the iron plate over here. I need another lookout tower somewhere near here so you guys can see better. That's kind of the way it looks like today. I think this is pretty good. I don't know what I can do to make it much better. I think I'm struggling with lining up the belts. You can see here these belts are not aligned. So I have to figure out some rubric there. Maybe 1 belt per square? I don't know. I don't know what system I should use. I was trying to get the iron rod. So I have 4 iron rod machines running, not that you can see them, because iron rod builds 15 per second and they only take 1 iron ingot. So you can, from a full belt of iron ingots, you can have 4 of these factories running and you'll get a full belt of iron rods. I was going to have the iron rods come back up here and like kind of parallel this guy and then drop down and then go in there, and then I can have the iron plates in between, so you'd have a bunch of things coming down and then dropping in, and they could pass over whatever they need to pass over and get in there, because there's going to be a bunch of these chests with all the basic resources that I need. That was my thought. As you can see, I cleared out this area here. There's no more machines running here. I did keep the copper because copper just isn't a big requirement. You don't really need that much copper for the research and things like that. So that's basically the way it is. Let's do a base tour here. So I'm gonna, this time I'm not gonna fall off. Last time I went face first and you fall off if you jump off face first and you get damaged. And that's why I have some damage. That's why half my health is gone. So, speaking of which, I should probably fix that. Alright, there we go. Let's put that away. Okay. So let's take a look here. So one of the things that I noticed when I was playing this game is that you spend a lot of time crafting, you spend a lot of time bringing resources to this thing and bringing stuff here. So, and the other thing you spend some time doing, not very much time, but some time, is restocking the energy. So I kept the energy close to here and all this stuff over here. So this is gonna be concrete. You can see it steadily filling up with concrete. This is iron plate. This is gonna be rods. It's not filling up yet, and I don't know what I'm gonna put in here, but I'll figure it out. One of these guys will be fuel, probably one of the guys near the middle. I do want to expand my power supply. So I want to have, instead of 4, I want 8. So next time you see this, you'll probably see 8 power things running there. And I might even have a pipeline just for making fuel on the other side there. Okay, so let's take a look at the smelter arrangement. How I arranged that. So this was my first honest attempt to try to build with a bus philosophy. So it took me quite a while to realize how you can get these belts to kind of flow in. And I decided that if you're not on the main bus, you're going to be elevated somehow. So you always pass over the main bus. That was the first decision I made. I did not stick to it very long. Now all of the iron ore is going in here, and then it's splitting into 2 between these 2 smelters, and this one itself is also splitting into 2 between these 2 smelters. And so each smelter is working 100%. It's producing 30 ingots per minute, and 2 of them together make 60 ingots per minute, which should be a full belt. And this belt, 100% of this belt of iron ingots is dedicated to making iron plates, right? And so this guy, he takes 30 plates per minute and he makes 30 ingots per minute and makes 15 plates. So I can only have 2 of these running because I only have 1 belt of iron ingots dedicated to this. And so only 1 of these guys is running. So, and also on the output here, I join it right in front of the machines. And I don't know that I like it this way. I might change it. I don't know. I think this is okay. When I start stacking belts, it's going to look a lot different. All right. So that's kind of how these guys work. You bring it in, split it right in front of the machines, and then you stack it and bring it out. And these guys, you need 15 per, so I just put a bunch of splitters, and I think these guys are keeping busy. Yeah, you can see this guy's keeping busy. Well, he should be getting more. I don't know why he's not getting more. Maybe they're building a backlog in other ones. As soon as this guy builds up his backlog, because he's probably getting half of the traffic. Yeah, so he already has a backlog. This guy as well, he's building up his backlog. It's not, these aren't equal splitters, and I can't split it. I could do, like I could do something where like this splitter in the middle splits to 2 splitters that split out, you know, in a balanced way. But I just did it the stupid way. It'll eventually balance, I think. Eventually, it'll catch up, and the 2 at the end here will start to do the things that they do. Okay, I'm just grabbing the ingots because they're not going anywhere. All right. I decided to build my platform, obviously, on top of the lake. You can't tell. There's a green slug there. I got the green slug. I did research on it, so now I can adjust the percentage. Like I can change this guy down to 50 or whatever I want to do. That's something you can't do in Factorio. I think that's magnificent and fantastic. Building over the water for a couple reasons. Number 1, it's a big open space. It's flat. And number 2, if I fall into the water. So if I build like a super tall factory and I fall into the water from the top, I'll be fine. I think. So the water provides some level of comfort. Anything else to add about this factory at this point? I like the elevated belts. They're nice because you can just walk under them. The only problem is you can't really see what's on them, so you have to jump up. If this were too tall, I would have to know just to remember what's on top of them. I don't know a good way to do that. So that is my 10-minute, it's actually 6 minutes, summary of what's been going on in this factory and how it's progressed and the ideas that I'm putting into it. I'm open to suggestions, or if you guys know more about this game or some tips and tricks that I can use at this phase. Remember, I'm on Tier 1 and Tier 2. I haven't built the space elevator and I haven't launched the first packet yet. I will do that probably next episode, assuming all goes well. That is where I am. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care and bye-bye.